So if you are listening to me, okay, if you're watching this video, please take note because this is a very, very critical, important instruction. All right. So now, the first thing, right? The instruction here is actually related to the auto top up. Now, I know that I've already emphasized this again and again, but I think I'm going to make it compulsory. All right. The auto top up to be compulsory because of the severity of the market. All right. Now, and also I want to just highlight, okay, strictly do not copy JDXCopyMaster until you are ready to adhere to this instruction. Now, if you are not ready, you don't have the available fund, so you are not ready, I think better don't ever, copy JDXCopyMaster. All right, because I don't want you to get disappointed when you get liquidated. All right, so that I think I want to be very straightforward. Okay, I just want to let you guys know this. Okay, very important, especially if you are new and you want to get involved. All right, so this is important. Okay, now if you look, right, example, right, if you look that due to uncertain market condition, manipulation, hacks, and so on, leading to extreme volatile, partners position may actually pose critical risk of potential liquidation. Now, the manipulation of extreme volatility can be unavoidable and unpredictable, despite even if you have a perfect entry. Now, please understand the CopyMaster is manual. JDXBot is 100% algo trading. JDXBot, I don't control, okay, the algo because the algo is already built in. But when it comes to the CopyMaster, I have a free hand to actually do the necessary, entries and so on. So the strategy can be slightly different. All right, so please understand that. Now, so what I would suggest, right, partners are strongly encouraged to enable the auto top up. I think for everyone's sake, right, it's better you enable the auto top up because some of you may be working somewhere. Some of you may be even sleeping when the market is volatile. You may not even be aware if you're going to do it manually. All right. And you're going to probably pose much bigger risk if you manage your top up manually. All right. Now, allocate minimum $50 additional. Now, this is for those who are coming in with a $50. Now, the funding requirement for JDXBot is $50, right? And I mentioned to you that you need another $50 to be available in your spot balance, right? Spot wallet for the auto top up. So that's why I told you guys, if you don't have $100 minimum, right, to get started, please don't join JDXCopyMaster. All right, please don't join. Okay, simple as that. Okay, don't trouble yourself and don't get disappointed if you get liquidated. All right, because the requirement is you need to have another $50 in your spot wallet. This is applied to those who are coming in with only $50 first. All right, now so if you are coming in, okay, with $50, right? So you set the when available balance fall below. So if you look into your auto top up, if you tap the add fund, you will see A and B. The A is when available balance fall below. So at 50% of the available balance. So this is the setting, right? I ask you to set. I know some of you never do this. You might set at your own convenience. Because I can see some of your available balance are different than the rest. Now, you don't know the problem you are posing to me because when you don't follow the instruction, it's difficult for me to do the DCA. Because the percentage of the DCA now going to vary from one user to another user. I hope you understand me, okay? So that's why sometimes I cannot do anything. I have to just leave as it is because if I would do something, those of you who got a smaller available balance may get liquidated. So it's not easy, all right? Because I cannot see your available balance. I can only see your assets. Now, so in this example, right, can you see that if I start with a $50, then when my available balance fall at 50% of the available balance, so that means if it fall at 25, right, $25 and below, so means I'm going to key in $25 because that is a 50% of my $50. Now, if funded $50, when balance drop below $25, which is 50%, the auto top-up triggers automatically. Now, the other thing is that you set the automatically transfer from spot, that is B. Now, please understand that when you enable auto top-up will only work with a minimum of $50. That's why I told you, right? If you come with $50, you need another $50 in your spot account. So you can see over here, right? Spot balance. So you must have $50. Okay? So over here, right? You can see that when you have the $50 only, although you have enabled your auto top up, but if you don't have the $50, it won't trigger. Okay, it will trigger, but you will receive an email from Bigot telling that you don't have sufficient fund for the auto top up to trigger, for the auto top up to take place. So don't try to cheat yourself. All right, don't try to lie to yourself. Make sure that if you're going to enable and if you come in with $50, make sure you have a $50 in your spot wallet. Okay, for the auto top up to take place. Now, if you don't have the $50 and the market starts to go down, and I'm keep reminding you in the group, okay, keep notifying, but you are still not doing anything, I assume you are okay with the liquidation. All right? So please don't send ticket to the support why I got liquidated. And so it is your own, management of your own fund, and you don't obey to the instruction. That is it. So I am not going to reply. The support is not going to respond to you. Simple as that. Okay? Now, if I see this kind of behavior and attitude, I will remove or delete you from the CopyMaster. I have a button that I can just delete you forever. Okay, so please, okay, so far, everyone has been adhering to the instruction. I think there's only one user, and even that user, I think, is not in the Telegram group. So I assume the user don't know what is happening. The user may not even, find out what is going on. The user may not really interested, probably just trying, put $50 and see if we become a millionaire tomorrow, right? So, sorry, guys, some of this behavior, right, I can't accept, right? So I think only one user got liquidated. I think his $50 is gone, all right? That's what I know, basically, okay? So I hope now you understand, okay? But I'm going to give you, okay, all right. So now, the other thing is that once you have copied, right? Once you have copied, please make sure you send email at copymaster@jdwealthmaker.com to request to be added into JDXCopyMaster private Telegram group. Now, if you are someone who introduced your friend, please make sure that your friend is added into the group. All right? You can either reach out to me, okay, with his Bitget user's detail, because I need to know his Bitget username to confirm that he already copied. All right, I don't want anybody to come in because he's going to copy. I'm not interested with those who has the intention. I'm only interested with those already copied and you got the proof of their Bitget username, because I can then counter check whether the copy is already enabled. Next, I need their Telegram username or their QR code, right? And also possibly their contact number, so that I can even search them through the Telegram, through their contact number. Then they will be added, because it's a private group. No one can join in because you guys got no link to join in. Okay? So please take note, okay? Or if you are listening to me and you are part of JDX CopyMaster and you are not in the Telegram group yet, please reach out, okay? Send an email and we will respond to you and we will get the information that is needed. All right? Okay. So that is a very, very important compulsory information, okay, that I have to relay. So as I mentioned, guys, just one more time, all right? If you are not ready, you don't have the fund, just forget about joining JDX CopyMaster, because don't ever disappoint yourself and then you have a wrong perception about John David and JDX CopyMaster because you get liquidated. Okay, so please understand that, okay? Because please understand, from day one, I already told you, I never promised that you won't get liquidated. Number two, I never promised that you will get a fixed return. Okay, and also at the moment, right, you can see that JDXCopyMaster still floating. And some of you is asking question, why I'm not seeing profit every day? Did I promise you that I'm going to give you profit every day? No. All right. So if the positions are still floating, then you have to wait patiently until those positions are closed. Profits are already locked. The unrealized profit is there, but it is not released by BitGet yet until all the positions are closed. Please understand that. The profit are there, but you cannot see. But I can see your profit from my back office, right? I can see. All right. But the thing is that you cannot see yet because your available balance can be down. You will see unrealized is in red. So you are thinking now you are at loss. You are not at loss. You are just actually unrealized loss, which is basically floating. Okay. I hope that is clear. Okay. All right. Now, let me give some recommendation. Okay. Now, this is the auto top up practical recommendation. If you have a $50 account, okay, versus those who have $100 and above. So let me just give you the difference here. I hope you will try to catch and understand. Okay, now, if you have a $50 account, right? So let's say, right, you start with an available balance of $50. All right, your spot wallet, you must have $50. So means total you have how much? 100. Then you get started with JDXpot. Now, when available balance drop by 50%, so you set your auto top up $25, right? So when it reached $25, auto top up $50. So what is the amount that is top up? $50. Now, what will be your available balance now? 75, right? Because $25 is floating, you only have $25 left, and the auto top-up trigger. So $50 now goes back into your available balance. So your available balance now, how much? $75. Now, did you lose the $25? No, it is there, but it is floating. So now, your total investment is how much? $100. Okay? And do you have available spot balance? Zero, right? Because you already used that $50 through the auto trigger. So your available balance is zero. So that means if the market further goes down, you could probably get liquidated. But so far, right? So far, I have never seen anyone got liquidated if they put an auto trigger of $50 at 50%. So far, no. Because why? I have an R&D copy here, which is $50. And that $50 didn't get liquidated at all because it triggers at 50%. So I have the worst case scenario of the copy master here with $50. All right. So if my $50 doesn't get liquidated, I don't believe any one of you will get liquidated. So the one that got liquidated, that means that they did not adhere to the instruction of the auto top up at 50%. Simple as that. Okay. Now, let me just also give you a recommendation for those who have above $100 or more. All right. Now, this is the best. Okay. This is the best. If you want to be part of JDXCopyMaster, I think 100 and above is the best. Now, let me teach you something here. Now, let's say, right, I start with an available balance of $100. Now, for an $100, remember, I told you my spot wallet also must be $100, right? So if I start with $1,000, then my spot will be $1,000. So if I start with $10,000, then my spot is also $10,000. So total is how much? $20,000. So in this example, my total is $200. Now, when available balance drop by 50% at $50, I auto top up $50 instead of $100, right? Because the minimum auto top up is how much? $50. So I don't have to top up $100. I only have to top up $50. So that means my available balance now is how much? Is $100, right? Because $50 has been used and I have a balance of 50 and then I auto top up another 50. So means my available balance will be 100. Now, my total investment is how much? 150, right? Because I started with $100 and I auto top up $50. So my total investment is 150. Now, do I have a balance in my spot wallet? Yes. I have a balance of another $50. Isn't that amazing? So that means even if the price goes even further down, I have another $50 to auto top up, right? Can you see that? But please understand that when you did the 50%, all right, when you did the 50% auto top up, right? Now your total amount in your available balance is how much? Is 100. You see that? It's 100, right? So now, sorry, it's 100 back, right? So if it goes down to 50%, another $50, then another top up will trigger. Can you see that? So now please understand, with the second recommendation of above $100 account, it is almost impossible for you to get liquidated. Because for JDXCopyMaster account, okay, the master account that I am managing is basically following this recommendation because I'm not using 50. All right, but the test bot that I have, a test account that I have the 50. Why? So that I know what is happening to my users, right? To my partners who are copying me. You see that? So that's why I told you, right? My $50 account, by triggering at 50%, did not get liquidated. How can your account got liquidated? And everyone else's account didn't get liquidated because high likely you follow the instruction. So means only those who didn't follow the instruction actually got liquidated. Okay, so please take note. Because you see, if the price further dropped to 95,000, I believe those of you with a $100 account, probably you will survive. But those of you with a $50, you can high likely get liquidated. If you don't either activate your auto top up again or manually you have to top up. All right, so you have to be very, very careful and be watchful of this, okay? Because I can only tell you what I know. Okay, I can only tell you because of my experience in this industry in trading. So I know exactly what can happen if you are not ready. All right, so that's why I told you guys, the success of trading is 90%, 80 to 90% is wallet management. All right, because anything can happen in the market. If you manage your wallet well, you have, available balance and you have sufficient fund in your spot wallet, you are fine. Okay, but if you just come in just to try out and you think $50 you can grow to 100,000 and so on, yes, you can. But in the event the market is manipulated, high likely, right, you can get liquidated. All right, so please be very, very careful. Okay, all right. Now, the other thing, right? The other thing that I also want to remind the users, right? Now, I am with the opinion that the auto profit taking is not required. Okay, so you may not really need to enable the auto profit taking. Because what I notice is that when BitGet do an auto profit taking, your available balance can be reduced. So you have to be very careful. So sometimes you can see you put in 50, but your available balance got 45. All right, which is, I think, the auto profit taking from BitGet formula may be different. So now, my idea is very simple, guys. I work on a weekly, right? So I try to close, I'm trying to close the position within the 5 days so that Saturday and Sunday you can do your transfer to the spot wallet and adjust back your fund. Okay, but this week I couldn't do because market actually went down, right? So means that even during the weekend, we were still floating. So if we have to be floating to safeguard the position, we will continue to float. No problem about it. Okay, but when the market reverse and I close it, means all your profit will come back to your available balance, and then you can actually readjust back your fund, and then you can start back the copy trading. Okay, so I would advise, right, you can disable the auto profit because the auto profit may not even work, okay, if the positions are floating. It may not even work. Okay, so please understand, because it will only work when all the positions are closed. Okay, so please understand that.